Welcome back into another edition of Inside the Tornado, presented by Walk-Ons. I'm your host, Chris Mangrum, and our guest today is the head coach of our men's soccer team, Mark Bell. Coach Bell, thanks for taking some time for us.
Thanks for letting me be here.
So year 3 for you here at King. Your program seems to have taken a step this year for sure. In what ways would you say your program has improved over the last 3 years?
I think there are a number of things, but obviously bringing in the right guys that fit the program well, address a lot of the needs that we needed to change, and character guys. I think we've got a great group of guys that care about what's going on and off the field, and I'm really happy about that. I think the other thing would be the coaching staff. Coach Sharp, Coach Osario, and Coach Mate have really done an incredible job getting the guys ready. We made some, big changes in terms of how we play, what we want to try to do, and the guys have really taken to that, and it's been really a positive for us, for sure.
Well, it seems like this year's team has a lot of depth. You've had 20 guys start a match this year. So walk us through the decision-making process for you and your coaching staff. What do you guys look at when you determine who's going to get out there and play the most minutes each game?
I think one of the goals for us was to be more defensively prepared, have depth, players that we felt would have an impact, were recruited specifically for that. Defense wins championships, and I think that's one of the things is you've got some players out there now that Jake Moriarty's played every minute of almost every game. It's just been fantastic back there. Kirk Rahill's pretty close on that. We've got Paul Ogunboy, Baymore, Paco, Francisco Alvarez. They've all just done an amazing job and just put in miles of making our defense better. The second part was the midfield. We really wanted some people that had vision, the ability to move the ball well. Leo Marcondes has done a tremendous job for us out there. Joe Elliott, Eric Swain, the Moore brothers, again, have just been fantastic. So I think it's really been exciting to see all of the pieces start to come together there, and we have a lot of people that can really fill those roles. Pedro, Ricky, Ryan, Renan Caruso's had a great year for us. So I think there's more depth. Work ethic has been above and beyond what we had hoped, and so I think that makes a difference. Easier to make decisions that way.
Well, your team has recently had a string of games here in which you've scored a second-half goal to force a draw. And while I know you'd rather get the win, what do you think that says about the fight this team has?
Well, the KPI rankings are it's different than just record.
Right.
And if our number one goal, was to make the playoffs this year, every point matters. You really can't have a bad game. I've really loved the character of this team when it comes to that. And, Pedro was on for 15 minutes and scores an incredible goal. Every game we've had somebody like that step up, and it's really been a huge character issue for me. It's just see the guys that are fighting for 90 minutes, getting the results that we need, and giving us a chance to fight for the playoffs still. So it's been a huge positive.
Yeah. Well, you've got a few games left. You currently find yourself in the hunt for a playoff spot. Potential home tournament game is still in the works, depending on how this shakes out here at the end. So what's your message to your team as you guys look to finish strong?
It's like what we talked about before yesterday's game. This is a character thing right now. We have the talent, I believe. We have the heart, we have the passion, but I think it's about character at this point. How do we manage 5 games in 9 days? That's going to be a challenge against some of the better teams in the conference. So I think you got to go with your character guys, and you got to go the guys that have really carried this team so far. So it's I'm excited. It's a big challenge, but I think they're up to it, and just got to believe in ourselves. So.
Yeah. Well, King has put together a great season so far, and they've still got some work to do as they try to fight for a playoff spot coming up soon. So make sure you watch all their games on the Conference Carolinas digital network. You can also visit kingtornado.com daily to get all the latest information on the roster, on the upcoming schedule, on their recent results. And be sure to visit conferencecarolinas.com and check in on those KPI standings. Have some fun with the numbers and play around, right, Coach?
Every day.
All right, for Coach Bell, I'm Chris. This has been another edition of Inside the Tornado presented by Walk-Ons. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.